old bad ideas in new package. Is it true? Let's find. National Pension System. 10% of basic plus dearness allowance is contributed by employee towards NPS corpus. 14% of basic plus dearness allowance is contributed by employer towards NPS corpus. On superannuation, up to 60% can be withdrawn by the user and a minimum of 40% to be utilized for purchasing of annuity plans. From these annuity plans, a monthly payout is paid to the user in the form of pensions. Unified Pension Scheme. For a subscriber under this scheme, a part of the salary, that is 10% of basic pay plus dearness allowance, is contributed by both the employer and the employee towards corpus called as individual corpus. An additional 8.5% of basic pay plus dearness allowance is contributed by employer to another corpus called as pool corpus. These are monthly contributions from the beginning of service entry till superannuation. Upon superannuation, a user can withdraw up to 60% of accumulated individual corpus and a minimum of 40% is to be transferred to pool corpus. After superannuation, an amount which is called as admissible pay is paid as pension payout every month. Apart from this, an additional amount called as lump sum is paid on the time of superannuation in UPS. What is pool corpus? Pool corpus comprises of aggregate of additional 8.5% basic pay plus dearness allowance paid by employer for all the users who have chosen UPS, plus minimum 40% balance transfer of accumulated individual corpus on the time of superannuation by the user. These are the inflows into pool corpus. From pool corpus, admissible pay plus dearness relief is paid to all eligible users after superannuation. These are the outflows from pool corpus. In both of the schemes, both the employer and employee contribute towards retirement corpus. On retirement or superannuation, from the final accumulated corpus, user can withdraw up to 60% in both UPS and NPS pension schemes. In NPS pension scheme, a minimum of 40% is to be utilized for purchasing annuity plans from annuity service providers. Some of the annuity service providers are SBI, UTI, LIC, HDFC, ICICI, Axis, etc. While purchasing annuity plans, the rate of return at prevailing rates are taken into consideration and fixed for the entire tenuity of the contract. That implies the returns are fixed for life. A monthly payout mode is to be chosen for government subscribers as per PFRDA guidelines. Every month payout will be paid from the annuity plans purchased in NPS scheme. In UPS scheme, a minimum of 40% of accumulated individual corpus is to be transferred to pool corpus. An amount called as admissible pay plus dearness relief is paid every month to the subscriber in UPS scheme. In NPS scheme, payout depends on type of the annuity plan purchased and return rate on purchase date. Payout in NPS will be fixed for lifetime. Types of annuity plans present in NPS are life annuity, joint life annuity. Both of these plans come with return of purchase and without return of purchase. Highest return rates are for life annuity without return of purchase. In life annuity, only the subscriber is paid annuity for lifetime. On the event of death of the subscriber, if it is with return of purchase, then 100% of the purchase price is paid back to the nominee. If it is without return of purchase, no further payment will be made. In joint life annuity, both the subscriber and the legal spouse is paid annuity as long as one of them is alive. On the event of death of both the subscriber and legal spouse, if it is with return of purchase plan, 100% of the purchase price is paid back to the nominee. If it is without return of purchase, no further payment will be made. You can see the monthly payouts calculator in NPS website. As mentioned earlier, highest return rates are for life annuity plans without return of purchase. You can even read the description from the website below. As per PFRDA guidelines, a monthly payout mode is must for a government sector subscriber. To compute monthly payouts, we have to decode two main things: assured pay and admissible pay. Assured pay and admissible pay from the Operationalization Gazette of UPS. Admissible pay is calculated by using the following formula. Admissible pay is equal to assured pay into IC by BC into 1 minus final withdrawal percentage, where IC is individual corpus, BC is benchmark corpus, and FW is final withdrawal percentage. What is assured pay? Assured pay is calculated by the following formula. Assured pay is equal to P by 2 into Q by 300, where P is average of basic pay for last 12 months as certified by head of office on the time of superannuation or VRS. Q is months of qualifying service as certified by the head of office. If Q is less than 120, UPS scheme is not applicable. If Q is greater than 300, Q is taken as 300 only. If Q is greater than 120 and assured payout is less than 10,000, then minimum guaranteed payout shall be rupees 10,000. There is also an additional payout on the time of superannuation or voluntary retirement from service that is called as lump sum. It is calculated by the following formula. Lump sum is equal to 1 by 10 into basic plus DA into L, where L is length of service, that is equal to number of completed 6 months of qualifying service as certified by head of office. The dictating factors in UPS payout are IC by BC and final withdrawal percentage. These factors decide our final admissible payout. In UPS, apart from admissible payout, there is a dearness relief that is provided. Let us see how the IC by BC factor and 1 minus final withdrawal percentage factor affects our final admissible payout. There are two types of investment plans. One is user chosen investment plan. The other plan is default investment plan as per PFRDA guidelines. This default investment plan would later become the benchmark corpus on the time of superannuation. In user chosen investment plan, there can be three outcomes. That is, either it can be less than benchmark corpus, or more than benchmark corpus, or equal to benchmark corpus. In the case where individual corpus is less than benchmark corpus, on the time of superannuation, the user will be given a chance to fill in the deficit amount. In the case where individual corpus is greater than the benchmark corpus, the amount that is greater than benchmark corpus is transferred to designated user bank account, and the corpus that is equal to benchmark corpus is considered to be sent to full corpus. Let us see how IC by BC gets affected due to user investment choices. Our main point of concern and point of concentration is when individual corpus is less than benchmark corpus. We have taken an example where user has completed 36 years of service. The return rate of benchmark corpus is taken as 9%. Return rate of individual corpus is taken from a range of 9% to 7.5%. The differences between the return rates range from 0 to 1.5%. Here we have used the formula as shown to compute the benchmark corpus and individual corpus final value. Here the benchmark corpus grows 22.251 times, whereas individual corpus grows in a range of 22.251 to 13.512. When individual corpus is lesser by 1.5%, the individual corpus would grow only at 13 times, whereas benchmark corpus would grow by 22 times. The IC by BC factor is 0.61. It means the admissible pay has fallen by 39%. On top of this, if user chooses to do 60% final withdrawal on the time of superannuation, his admissible pay would fall even further due to the 1 minus final withdrawal factor. That is, his admissible pay would be 0.24. That is 0.61 into 0.4. The admissible payout has reduced to 24% of assured pay. So the proportionate reduction here is 76% in assured pay. That is how the IC by BC factor and 1 minus final withdrawal percentage factor affects our final admissible payout. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, in NPS, no minimum service is required, and the corpus would be 16.67% more than UPS corpus. UPS has inflation protection. The bad, in NPS there is no inflation protection and the payouts are fixed for life. In UPS, assurance is linked with user choices and benchmark corpus. The ugly, in NPS, 60% final withdrawal is available only on superannuation. In all other cases of retirement, minimum 80% to be utilized for annuity purchase. In UPS, monthly payouts will start from the date of superannuation only. Even though the user has retired much earlier, the wait can be years together. For example, if a user retires on 50 years of age, he has to wait another 10 years, that is 60 years, which is superannuation year, to start getting his monthly payout. Before we dive further into the real picture with a practical example, a quick recap of what is said in the previous part of the video. Now let us see post-retirement reality by taking an example of a current serving employee. The details of the employee are as follows. Year 2025, that is the current year. Age 34 years, basic pay 52,000, NPS corpus 18 lakh, completed service 10 years. The following factors have been considered for computation of probable future values. Pay revision would happen every 10 years. Average fitment factor in future pay commissions taken as 1.6. Average basic pay increment per annum taken as 3%. Average DA increment per annum taken as 6%. Extended internal return rate of investments in NPS and UPS taken as 9%. It is assumed that user will choose default investment plan and the employee will superannuate. Year 2026, that would be 8th pay commission year. Employee are as follows. Age 35 years, basic pay 83,200, completed service 11 years, final accumulated NPS corpus 22 lakh 10,000, final accumulated UPS corpus 18 lakh 41,000. Year 2036, that would be 9th pay commission. The details of the employee are as follows. Age 45 years, basic pay 1,73,600, completed service 21 years, final accumulated NPS corpus 2 crore 20 lakh 89,000, final accumulated UPS corpus 1 crore 84 lakh 7,000. Year 2046, that would be 10th pay commission. The details of the employee are as follows. Age 55 years, basic pay 3,62,600, completed service 31 years, final accumulated NPS corpus 3 crore 72 lakh 6,000, final accumulated UPS corpus 3 crore 10 lakh 4,000. Year 2051, that would be the superannuation of the employee. The details of the employee are as follows. Age 60 years, basic pay 4,20,300, completed service 36 years, final accumulated NPS corpus 6 crore 10 lakh 7,000, final accumulated UPS corpus 5 crore 8 lakh 37,000. Post retirement reality. From the previous examples, probable future values. At a return rate of 9% for UPS and NPS contributions, the final accumulated NPS corpus would be 6 crore 10 lakh 7,000, whereas final accumulated UPS corpus would be 5 crore 8 lakh 38,000. The basic pay would be 4 lakh 20,000. This is rounded off to nearest thousands. Since the video length is increasing, I have explained only the monthly payout computations. The computations of future basic and other salary parameters and corpus parameters, if you are interested, will be uploaded in another video with full logics behind them. How do we calculate monthly payouts in NPS? From the NPS calculator website, we can see that the highest return rate is for annuity for life without return of purchase plan. For example, we'll take Life Insurance Corporation of India. Annuity for life without return of purchase has 8.58% returns. So if we buy a plan with 6 crore 10 lakh, they're giving us a monthly payout for 4,36,328 with 8.58% returns. How did they arrive at this 4 lakh figure? It is simple. Since it is a payment per life, no one can predict how long the subscriber or the user can live. So to maximize the returns, they won't touch the corpus, that is, they won't touch 6 crore 10 lakh. The returns generated from this corpus are paid as monthly payouts. So in this case, since it is 8.58%, this annual return rate is converted to monthly return rate and multiplied with the corpus. Whatever the returns are after deduction of all charges would be paid out as monthly payout. So we can just check it out in Google Sheet. The current return rate is 8.58%. The corpus that is being utilized is our probable future value of NPS corpus, that is 6 crore 10 lakh 7,000. So 6 crore 10 lakh 7,000. We converted this per annum return rate into monthly return rate by dividing it by 12. So monthly return rate is 0.72%. We multiply this monthly return rate with purchase price, that is this 6 crore 10 lakh. So monthly we are getting 4,36,200. You can see here 4,36,328. Probably there is some decimal factor here. So you get the idea, right? So that's how we are trying to round it off to nearest 2 digits. If a user chooses, if a subscriber in NPS buys a annuity plan without return of purchase for 6 crore 10 lakh, he would get a monthly payout of 4,36,200. On about this, if he withdraws 60%, so his purchase price is 2 crore 44 lakh only, because out of this user can withdraw in NPS plan up to 60%. So remaining would be 44 lakh 800, which he will be using to purchase annuity plans. So if a user does 60% final withdrawal, he will get 1,74,480 as monthly payout. The return rates that are shown here are for the year 2025. Our example scenario is the user will retire after 26 years in 2051. This return on that period, this return rate might not be ideal. Maybe it will be much lower than this. For example, a developed country like United States has government bond yield rates at 2.5 to 4%. So if you try to take 4%, you can see the monthly payout in NPS, that is 2,03,357, whereas in UPS 2,73,000 monthly payout would be coming up. In UPS, the user has chosen default investment plan and his individual corpus is equal to benchmark corpus. The IC by BC factor is 1. Since IC by BC factor is 1, assured pay is calculated using assured pay formula, and we arrive at 2,10,000 because his last round basic was 4,20,000. So half of that is 2,10,000. Admissible pay when user final withdrawal on superannuation is 0%. 1 minus final withdrawal factor is also 1. So admissible payout is equal to assured payout. If user chooses to do 60% final withdrawal, 1 minus final withdrawal factor is 0.4. So 0.4 into 2,10,000, that is 60% reduction in assured pay. So the final admissible payout is 84,000 only. On the time of superannuation, that is on 2051, as we have computed, the DA is 30%. So 30% DR would be given on superannuation. So 30% of 2,10,000 is 63,000. So final admissible pay plus DR in UPS is 2,73,000. and in 60% withdrawal case in UPS, the final admissible pay plus DR would be 1,09,200. Here DR is 25,000, that is 30% of 84,000. As mentioned previous part of the video, the monthly payout in NPS is you can see on the screen. In 0% withdrawal case, 2,03,357. In 60% withdrawal case, 81,343 is the monthly payout in NPS, whereas in UPS, the total final admissible payout plus DR in 0% final withdrawal case is 2,73,000. The 60% final withdrawal case would give a monthly payout of admissible pay plus DR as 1,09,200. You can see the percentage contribution of employee and employer in both the schemes, and also the differences between UPS and NPS corpus. UPS corpus would be 83.33% of NPS corpus, that is 16.67% less than NPS corpus, since the contribution is higher in NPS. We have computed post-retirement payouts up to the age of 85 years and shown in this table. As you can see, NPS payouts range from 2,03,357 to 2,03,357. It means NPS payout remains same throughout the tenuity, whereas UPS payout starts from 2,73,000 and goes up to 5,75,400. That is because of dearness relief that is provided. We have assumed dearness relief is increased by 6% every year. So as you can see, at age of 61 it is 30% and it goes on to 174% at 85 years of age. We try to compute the probable future payout values in today's terms by adjusting it with inflation so that the viewer can understand the purchase power in today's terms. You can see how the NPS value ranges. It ranges from 42,170 to 10,415. This is because the inflation keeps eating into NPS payout. So at 85 years of age, that monthly payout of 2,03,357 would be 10,415 in today's terms. We have adjusted it with an inflation rate of 6% and used the formula that is shown on the screen. You can search in internet sources how to do the inflation adjustment. Whereas in UPS, the payout in today's terms is ranging from 56,611 to 29,469. Here, the UPS has a partial inflation protection. You have to understand that this is a partial inflation protection because nowhere in the Gazette operationalization of UPS it is mentioned that the admissible pay would be revised with pay revisions. Hence, we have taken the admissible pay to be fixed for life. On admissible pay, the DR would be paid. That is how we have calculated. Hence, there is only a partial relief. Even though both of them fall, UPS has a partial relief from inflation. We have computed for 6.75% return rate for investments done in NPS and UPS corpus. The details are shown on the screen. You can check for yourself. Monthly payouts table is also computed. You can have a look at it by pausing the screen. Ideally, the return rate would be below 9% after 26 years of time because the example user is going to retire after 26 years of time. We have plotted the graph between UPS and NPS. As you can see, there is a huge difference between UPS and NPS. Most of the people think on superannuation NPS has higher final withdrawal than UPS, but in actual, the total final payout on superannuation in UPS would be almost similar to NPS because of an additional payment called as lump sum. Weighing the benefits of UPS, that is almost equal to NPS payout as per our calculations. The final accumulated NPS corpus is 6 crore 10 lakh. Out of this, a subscriber can withdraw 60%, that is 3 crore 66 lakh in NPS, whereas in UPS, the final accumulated individual corpus is 5 crore 8 lakh. Out of this, he can withdraw 60%, that is 3 crore 5 lakh 2000. But apart from this, there is an additional lump sum in UPS that is paid on superannuation, that is by using the formula 1 by 10 into basic plus DA into L. If we apply the formula, we will get 39,34,552 as lump sum payout. So the total final payout on time of superannuation in UPS is 3,44,37,000. The difference between both of these payouts is just 21,66,848. This is 26 years later from now. So if we adjust it with inflation of 6%, the difference is just 4,76,295. So this payout in UPS, which is the first year of payout, every year there is an increase in DR. Our assumption is DR would increase at 6% per annum. Even if it is increases only at 4 to 5% per annum, it would be the monthly payout would be increasing every year. Whereas in NPS, the monthly payout would sit at 2,03,357 only, for a trade-off of 4,76,295. What do you think is good? Keeping future in mind and getting a inflation protected monthly payout. Would love to hear from you in the comments. Also, as explained in the previous part of the video, life annuity without return of purchase has the highest return rate, and life annuity with return of purchase has the lowest return rate. So there is a difference of nearly 2% in 2025. If we take 4% as return rate for life annuity plan without return of purchase, there would be at least a 1.5 difference between with return of purchase and without return of purchase. So if we compute using 1.5% as annuity return rate, in 0% withdrawal case, the monthly payout would be 76,295. Converting it into today's purchase power, it is 16,762 rupees. Whereas in 60% final withdrawal rate, the monthly payout would be 45,755. In today's purchase power, it would be equivalent to 10,057 rupees. Also, the return of purchase price on death of the annuitant, that is death of the user, if we convert the 6 crore 10 lakh 7,000 rupees in today's terms after 51 years, that would be equal to 31,24,500. And also the 40% purchase price, that is 3 crore 66 lakh 4,200, in today's terms it would be equal to 18,74,700. If we convert the monthly payout of 45,755 after 51 years, that is at age 85 years, in today's terms would be 2,343 rupees. Probably you can buy some chocolates for your grandkids or great grandkids. That is how the reality in NPS is. As per our calculations, the monthly payouts post superannuation, that is pension payouts in UPS, in both cases of 0% final withdrawal and 60% final withdrawal, would keep on increasing year by year and would be higher than NPS, whereas NPS sits at the same pension payout every year. Also, the final withdrawal in UPS, because of the additional lump sum amount that is paid, is almost similar to NPS. Seeing this, what would you choose? Trading off little bit of final payout on superannuation for a inflation protected payouts, or whatever your choice is. I would love to hear from you in the comments. If you have made up your mind seeing all this, there is a twist to the story. After all, what would be a story without a twist? The twist in the story is in operationalization gazette of UPS. Point 8, if you go through the point, it states that UPS, being a fund-based system, relies on regular and timely accumulation and investment of applicable contributions from both the employee and employer for assured payout to employees post superannuation or retirement, as the case may be. The point 2 clearly states that the assurance of timely and regular payout of benefits under UPS shall depend upon adequacy of funds under individual and pool corpus. This means the assurance given in UPS is by the fund present in individual and pool corpus. That would be the backing mechanism for unified pension scheme to be successful. Hypothetically, if this UPS has to fail, then It means incoming money and the returns generated from both pool corpus and individual corpus is less than the outflow, that is the monthly admissible pay plus DR that is paid to people who have retired under UPS scheme. For this UPS scheme to be successful, there should be a continual flow of money into the pool corpus apart from the returns that it generates. So it means a large number of working subscribers should be present for the employer to contribute additional 8.5% basic plus DA. A point to note is the deadline for joining UPS date has been extended thrice already. Please do leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching till now. Until next time.